All right, so we got some gas. Let's go for a ride. Never gonna get old, bro. Borla ATAKs for the win, man. Long tube Borla ATAKs. Whew, it just sounds good. But in this video, I'm going ahead. Oh, she's looking at me like, what the hell? I don't think she's a fan of the sound. But in this video, we're gonna go ahead and have a little bit of a discussion. She's not a fan. But like I said, in this video we're gonna go ahead and have a discussion, and I'm gonna be talking about 410 gears and why I'm starting to really hate them more and more ever since I went ahead and increased the power on the Mustang. Now, a lot of you guys, before I actually went ahead and boosted this car, warned me about the 410 gears, said it was too much gear, or would it be technically too low of a gear to run with boost. And you know, I was like one of those people, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead, try it out for myself, because some things you just need to experience for yourself. I feel like even though somebody tells you not to do it, like a gear change, I think you should probably experience it yourself. And honestly, I'm glad I did experience it myself, so I can inform a lot of you guys on the correct gear choice when going ahead and boosting and trying to figure out exactly how you want to set up your Mustang. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. If you are trying to build a car that is relatively well-rounded, something that is not only for 60 foot, something that's not only for just stoplight to stoplight bursts, you probably do not want to go with 373s or 410 gears. Now, if you guys are trying to build a car that you can run on the highway, you guys can run, you know, as typically a street car, good for literally everything, I'd actually just recommend you guys going ahead and getting 355 gears at the most. 410 gears in boost, and especially when you start getting, I'm gonna say, at the 450 wheel horsepower mark or more, are going to hurt the car more than it will actually help it. Now, if you guys are wondering what is the top speed of this car since it's now boosted, in 4th gear, keep in mind, I am not on a tire, I'm on a regular street tire. So this is gonna be literally how I'd say a majority of new edge Mustang owners are going to run their setup, because not everybody is going to run a drag pack on the street, because you're not gonna be drag racing every single time you take the car out, especially if you like to drive your car. Even though I don't technically daily drive this car, I like to take it out and drive it. Not even just for making videos, but just as literally personal enjoyment, because I just like to drive the car. I like to hear the exhaust. I like to hear the supercharger, the blow off valve. You know, the whole experience when going ahead and having this car, I like to drive it. Now, the top speed in 4th gear, you gotta accommodate for the wheel spin, because the car is going to spin if you are not on a drag pack with 410s, is around 100 miles an hour. I'm not kidding. It's very annoying because the drone with the correct exhaust setup, because I have Borla ATAKs. If I had anything other than Borla ATAKs, it'd probably be pretty bad, because Borla does a good job at pretty much removing a lot of the drone. Even though I don't really care about drone, just the increased noise, again, it's not a big deal, but the top speed, the car with 410 gears essentially destroys any type of top end power you would gain by adding in long tube headers or just going ahead and adding in a supercharger. And that's why I'm saying that you need to understand the type of car you're trying to build before you either go ahead and do the gear change, or if you've already done the gear change and you want to add boost, you're going to want to go ahead and think to yourself, how do I want to set this car up? Because if it's not going to be at a drag strip, or you're literally not doing stoplight to stoplight peels, which in reality, I don't think that's realistic. The odds of you doing that every single day, taking it out, are probably 1 in 1,000, something like that. Most times people take the cars out to cruise it. You know, you jump on the highway, you might get a run or two. That's the normal, I guess, scenario with, you know, a boosted car or any car in general. And the 410 gears are not suited for that. Now, I'm not saying they're bad gears, but they are bad gears if you're trying to have a well-rounded car. And I've now noticed that, and I'm gonna be switching to 355 gears effective immediately. Now, the other thing you're gonna notice when having 410 gears and boost, which I feel like this is something that a lot of people think about, but I don't think people really realize, is that the gas mileage you're going to have with 410 gears and boost is actually pitiful. Obviously, if you have a Mustang boosted, gas mileage is, you know, kind of irrelevant. But when it's to the point where the car really isn't set up like for how I'm driving the car, and I'm getting the gas mileage I'm getting, that's when things kind of become a problem. Because again, I don't 60-foot race this car. I don't do stoplight to stoplight peels with this car. Pretty much the only thing the 410 gears are good for is blowing the tires off, making extra noise, which is cool, and also wasting gas. This car 100% is getting no more than, I'd say, 12 to 15 miles per gallon right now, which again, boosting a new edge, I don't think is terrible, but you have to keep in mind, I'm not even really beating on the car. I'm just driving it regularly, you know, going on cruises or whatnot, maybe go ahead and do a couple road races. You know, I'm not even taking this car out every single day, and I'm having to fill up, you know, every 2-3 days I take the car out, because I'm wasting so much unnecessary gas because the RPMs are so high. Around an 80-mile-an-hour cruise on the highway, the RPMs are at 3,000 or a little bit over 3,000. 70, it's around, I'd say, 2,500 RPMs, and those are effectively reduced about 1,000 RPMs if I were to go ahead and reduce this car down to 355 gears. Now, also, if you guys are, you know, wanting to figure out, you know, how you would want to roll race this car, because let's be honest, not everybody wants to 60-foot race this car. Nothing wrong with 60-foot races, but realistically, if you boost your car, you know, odds are somebody might line up with you on the highway or on the street, and you want to get a roll race down. It's just something that's just inevitable. Nothing wrong with that. It's just going to happen. It's guaranteed it's going to happen, and I feel like everybody should probably have this information, you know, at their disposal. Oh, wow. There's an accident. Oh my God, that's actually a bad accident. Jesus Christ. I hope everybody's okay. Holy shit. Every single time I take this car out, there's an accident somewhere on the road. But I feel like this information is important at your disposal. If you guys are looking to roll race this car, 30 miles an hour roll races are about as much as you're going to be able to get with the optimal gears. Around 30 miles an hour, the car is going to be at 33 to 3,500 RPMs with 410 gears. At a 40 roll, this car is going to be around 4 to 4,500 RPMs, depending on how quickly you can get the RPMs down. Again, on the street, anything can happen. And at redline, this car, realistically, with stock cams, stock heads, all that stuff, you don't really want to be shifting the car past 6,000 RPMs. So you're gonna have very little time to go ahead and correct wheel spin. You're gonna have very little time to pretty much shift. And in my personal opinion, that's pretty much not ideal on the street. Again, 14 gears are literally set up for just stoplight to stoplight peels and short bursts. The only really good speed you can do a roll race in this car in is third gear on a 50 roll. Now, when you think about that for a second, third gear on a 50 roll race in this car, and this is where I feel like a lot of people say that new age Mustangs are slow when boosted, is because they are running the wrong gears on the car. Every single car that you're gonna race 50 miles an hour or lower is either gonna be in first gear or second gear. If you race a Corvette, it's gonna be in first gear. If you race a higher end Mustang like a GT350, it's gonna be in first gear. But regular Mustang GTs, 10 speeds, they're gonna be in second gear. I think the 10 speed technically will be in third gear. I'm not too familiar with the gearing on the 10 speed. All I know is it's, with a tune, it's going to blow your doors off. You have no chance with 410 gears. So you're definitely gonna wanna go ahead and keep that in mind. Again, 30 miles an hour, 35, that car is gonna be at 3,500 RPM on a 30 roll. On a 40 roll, it's gonna be around 4,000, 4,500, again, depending on how quickly you can get the RPMs down. And on a 50 roll, it's gonna be around 3,500 RPM, which is, in my opinion, where you wanna be at. And you have to also keep in mind the wheel spin. If you're not on a drag pack, this car is going to blow the tires off of any roll that you do that's under 50 miles an hour, because you're gonna be in second gear and it's not gonna hook up. So spinning isn't winning. You're going to lose a majority of races that you have unless the other driver has error, the other driver doesn't hook up, or the other driver is pushing, you know, the same or less horsepower. I mean, these cars are light, so you have to also keep that in mind. You're gonna have that weight advantage over a majority of cars, but you're gonna lose that top end speed because fourth gear is gonna top out around 100 miles an hour with the 410 gears. You're gonna wanna make sure you keep in mind with that. So, wanna let you guys know the situation with 410 gears. If you guys are thinking about boosting your car with 410 gears, you probably do not want to. I'm not doing any pulls with this car right now because the tires do not hook up. It's quite literally not safe at all, and I'm just waiting for a proper setup and gearing before I start to actually kind of, you know, get on this car and roll race it. Because I've tried, and the car, it's fast. Don't get me wrong, it's fast. I mean, 450 on a new edge is fast when you get it to hook up. All right, so my GoPro kind of died right there. I have no idea where the video kind of ended off, but not a negative video. I just want to go ahead and give my thoughts and opinions on 410 gears. They're gonna be honestly dependent on what type of car you're trying to build. If you guys are trying to build just a straight up track car for 60 foot or just an all around street car, you're gonna have to go ahead and gear your car down accordingly. And this is just my kind of message to you guys on, you know, what you guys should expect if you decide to boost your car with 410 gears, and kind of the thought process of having a street car, light track car potentially. I mean, I want to take it to the track, but for the most part, the car is gonna be on the street. You kind of have to, you know, obviously build the car for the environment it's gonna be in, you know, 99% of the time. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure you guys drop a like in the video, subscribe to the channel, and also turn those post notifications. I got some new parts for the car literally sitting in the garage right now that I cannot wait to go ahead and install for you guys. In a couple weeks, we're gonna go ahead and actually order the motor too. So it's about to get down. Car's about to get down, and I'm glad that I went ahead and experienced the 410 gears with the power level it is right now before I turned the car up like 2 times. So yeah, catch y'all in the next video. Deuces.